It's the AFC Championship game, and the road to a Super Bowl goes through Kansas City. It's the Dolphins and the Chiefs on Sunday night.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to chilly, but of course sold out Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. Straight ahead, a clash to decide the AFC's representative in the Super Bowl, and it should be a great one, as it'll be the Miami Dolphins taking on the Kansas City Chiefs. Hello, everyone. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The postseason continuing here on EA Sports, and man, it is electric in here, and it should be conference championship time.
I don't know about you, but my butterflies in my stomach, they have iron wings in this one. And every guy I've ever talked to has all said the same thing. This game, the conference championship game, may have more intensity than even the Super Bowl because...
One of these two teams will be right back here in 2 weeks' time. Who will it be? Well, we'll see. Off we go in the AFC title game. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The Dolphins take the field with Tua Tagovailoa, their quarterback from Alabama, at the helm.
And we can talk all we want about football being a team game and leaning on different parts and aspects in order to get it done. And that's entirely true during the regular season. Some weeks it's the defense, the special teams, running the football. But in the playoffs, all the pressure reverts to the quarterback, and he has to play well and play at a really high level in order for his team to win.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. 2nd and 10. Tua going to throw. There's the former Chief, man they watched for years, Tyreek Hill. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. They'll run for it with Achane. And he gets it to the 34, good enough for the first. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Achane here, they stay on the ground. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36. 2nd and 9. Here's Tua. Throw caught by Achane. That'll go for a gain of 7. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 2. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On 3rd down, Achane. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to Arrowhead. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 48-yard line. Up the middle, Achane. And he'll be taken down right around the 41-yard line. A solid run on 1st down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Off of play action, Tagovailoa. Blitz coming, and down he goes. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down.
And that's a heck of a moment for your first sack of the game, because if this long drive ends without a touchdown because of that sack, we're going to look back and say that might be one of the biggest plays of this contest.
So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. He's got it at the 15. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. They'll get 34 yards there.
Execution was one of their watchwords leading up to this one. And on that play, able to execute brilliantly here on this opening drive.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Tua sets up to pass it. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Back to the ground, H.M. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to KC. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. A throw out wide, going to be incomplete. The Kansas City defense tough to throw on there, and now it's 4th down.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Had to get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward, incomplete pass. And whistle blown. A timeout here is taken, and it's taken by the kicking team. So as they talk it over, we step aside. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return. The KC offense set to go, led as always by the gunslinger, a former MVP in this league. It's Patrick Mahomes.
And simply put, for many, he's the gold standard for quarterbacks in today's NFL because of his ability to create, find the open man, use all the different arm angles that he has. He's a complete package, and boy, his team loves to play around him.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the 1st down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
Mahomes will try again on 2nd down. Got a man, that's Richie James. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. They'll look to pick it up with McKinnon. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. 1st down for the Chiefs. Solid chunk of yardage, 17 on the play.
It's been a long season, but he still looks fresh running the football. He knows his guys are 1 game away from a Super Bowl, so he's going to give it all he's got, and that's a heck of a run right there.
Mahomes now on 1st down. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another 1st down. It will. Mahomes now to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Well, following the play here, now we've got an injury. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to Arrowhead. 2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
They've given him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big 3rd down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. Tally, that is catch number 1 for him in this AFC Championship. It's a 1st down.
A field goal helps, but a touchdown gets you the lead. That had to be the message transmitted in the huddle, and they delivered there.
Mike McDaniel, he's going to ask him to take a closer look at this call, and out comes the challenge flag. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
Great coverage down in the end zone. He's scanning the field, looking. No one ever came open. So in the end, he makes the best decision and just fires it over the end line.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Give them credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Nice job there forcing that incompletion. This is going to be a fun battle throughout this game, watching him try to take away that area of the field.
Butker's kick here is good, and that will tie us at 3-3. So matching field goals on our opening two drives.
Yeah, it feels like two boxers feeling each other out here in the early going of the game, right? Exchanging some jabs, but none of the heavy stuff just yet.
And this will be a touchback. Berrios deciding not to bring it out. So Miami coming out for their second drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But you also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. So as they talk it over, we step aside. Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
Well, we keep stats on everything, don't we? This is one that you don't want to have. That's a second drop right here in the first quarter.
Yeah, I was going to say, only in the first quarter. Certainly a ship that he wants to right quickly. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphins shaking up on the play. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to KC. Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. His throw incomplete.
Not a great start dropping his first target, but let's face it, it won't be his last chance because he'll get opportunities to make up for that one throughout this game.
Again, they will throw it with Tagovailoa. Completes it to the tight end, Smythe. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and of course, foot dragging.
Little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. A short throw there, that's to Smythe, the tight end. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphin shaking up on the play. From the 21, here's second down and 2. A run straight ahead with Achane. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. I also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
2nd and 4. They could still get a first down without scoring. Again, it's Achane. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Tagovailoa going to try and throw on third down. Flush to his right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Looks like a 9-yard loss. And it also brings up 4th.
Well, it's about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on third down. So 4th down, Tua departs, and on is Jason Sanders and the Dolphin field goal unit. The kick by Sanders is good, and the Dolphins have taken the lead. So we're trading first-half field goals. No breakthrough on the touchdown front. We've got a 6-3 game.
Yeah, and I know so many people look at a game through offensive eyes, right? They want to see how the game's played that way. You know how I'm going to view it, right? The defenses, to me, have responded well in this game. Like what I'm seeing from them, both of them hoping to keep it to field goals and not give up big touchdowns.
Kansas City taking the field for their second drive. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. Mahomes now on first down. And he'll go right back to Moore. Complete again. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. 6-3 is our score after 1. It's the NFL on EA Sports. Second quarter from Arrowhead. It's the Chiefs in possession. Second down and 3. As they've got it as we resume action. Mahomes to throw on second down. Looking underneath, and he finds McKinnon. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. On first and 10, here's Mahomes. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
Back to the air on second down. It's Mahomes. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
After the sack, things get a little tougher here. Third and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs. Now back to throw. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up fourth.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on third down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed. Unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
43-yard punt, but they get 9 back on the return. And it'll be Dolphin football. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Tagovailoa working out of the gun. And he will be hit from behind and run over. Wow. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to fourth down. And that sack, Charles, just looked like a case where a speedy defensive end is a little bit quicker than the offensive tackle.
Yeah, it makes it difficult for a tackle to determine what exactly to do. Do you do the kick slide and try and get back in the pocket and meet him there? Do you meet him on the line of scrimmage where they call a quick set? In any event, right now, he's having his troubles.
And the punter Bailey on now as he sends this one away. Here's Hardman to return. They'll call this a 41-yard punt, 7 on the return. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. The defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. 39 yards there, a big one.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, if only they were all this easy, because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
On 1st down, Mahomes has his man. That's James. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Richie James, 38 yards. And the Chiefs have taken the lead here in this AFC title game. Great corner route there. Not only able to catch it, turn it upfield, and get into the end zone.
It usually involves a little bit of an extra move, doesn't it? You've got to get them thinking that you're moving to the middle of the field and you're breaking away to that corner. Boy, that was well executed.
Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. And he's got it as the lead is now 10-6. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. Now a hit and a loose football. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line.
How many times in the course of a game do you talk about momentum plays? And I think we just saw one there. Just scored, right?
Just took the lead.
Just took the lead, went downfield, got the ball free again, and picked it up.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on 1st down to set him back on 2nd.
Well, it's certainly going to be a lot tougher adding a touchdown to that lead now since they're facing 2nd and 20+. Big-time sack to start the drive and put the opponent way back. Let's see what kind of play call they come up with here.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Gets this into the hands of Gray, the tight end. Touchdown! Noah Gray, 31 yards. And the Chiefs are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
Butker now to add the extra point. It's good, and now it's an 11-point lead, 17-6. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Dolphins about set to go to work on offense. And work with me here. Is this overhyped or not? You've got a warm weather team on the road in January, and it's cold. What's the deal? Is that a factor or is it not a factor?
I think a lot of it depends on the personality of your head coach and how you prepare for things. And some things you just can't prepare for. If you're coming from a warm weather site, you can't make it cold enough like it is here in this ball game. But what you can do is just tell the guys, dress for the weather, and then play like we always play. And as the game goes along, typically those guys out there playing, you warm up enough that it really shouldn't affect you quite the same way. Now, if that's all you talk about, if you put that in the heads of your players, it'll affect them in a big way.
Setting to throw on 1st down is Tua. And he completes it to Berrios. It's a big play there for Miami. 41 yards.
So often when we're watching a football game, we see one with a lot of ebbs and flows, and this one is no different. And sometimes you just need a big play to wake you up a bit. And they get one right there. That shot of caffeine this offense was looking for.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Tua going to throw. So nothing doing there, and it'll be 2nd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Right back to Achane on second down. And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphins shaken up on the play. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to Arrowhead. A third field goal in the first half, not what they're looking for as they come up on third down. From the gun, it's Tua. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back to the 24. And that'll bring up fourth down on a big sack with a loss of 5. So on fourth down, Dolphin kicker Jason Sanders comes on. From the left hash, this will be a 41-yarder. Sanders' kick is good, and that'll make this an 8-point game. So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now. And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points due to his leg. And bring this out to the 25. No return there for Hardman. The Chiefs offense now making their way back onto the field. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field. And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other. To throw, it's Mahomes. Finding Gray on the out route. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. He is putting on a show in this second quarter, racking up the receiving yards as he has a first down. AFC title game, second quarter action, 2 minutes to play. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now here's Mahomes. A dump down to McKenna. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Second down and 4. Mahomes now to throw. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now third down. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Here's Mahomes to throw. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And it's knocked away and incomplete. On fourth down, Tommy Townsend to punt for Kansas City. He'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. Devon Achane of the offense ready to go once again. They're behind in the first half here, CD, but it's not through any fault of their running back. He's had a strong start to this one. And you're right about that, partner, because watching him play, you would think that his team is in the lead. He has been a lot of fun in this contest. Now let's see if they can actually make something happen and put more points on the board behind his efforts. Yeah, I'm curious to see, Charles, if they can play complementary football and get that passing game going as well. Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. A give, running right, Achane. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. First down now, but the clock continues to move. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. He'll dump this off to Achane. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. Tua going to try and go quickly here. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Over the middle, he gets it to Berrios. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. Third and 1, and Tua wants to throw it. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. This one thrown underneath to Achane. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. From midfield, here's Tua. And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. shot before half. Over the middle, that's caught by Claypool. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. So we come upon halftime in the AFC title game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
But first, let's look back to the NFC Championship game held earlier today. And it is the Detroit Lions, finally, who are heading to their first Super Bowl ever as they await the winner of this AFC Championship game. In the first half, we saw some strong play from Chiefs quarterback Patrick Mahomes. He came on after a slow start to fire 2 second-quarter touchdown passes and give his guys the lead at the intermission.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. One more half to decide who takes home the Lamar Hunt Trophy as we're back underway in this AFC Championship. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The Chiefs ready to go on offense to begin quarter number 3. And I think here with the lead, CD, they have to resist that temptation to kind of looking ahead. Would you agree?
Absolutely, I would agree, because they know the stakes. They know the winner of this game goes to the Super Bowl. And this one, it's far from over. They were the better team in the first half, but they do know that they're facing their toughest opponent of the year. And they've got to be prepared for them to fight it out all the way and add a few extra wrinkles in the second half as well. They need to stay on guard.
Oh, he had a man running free, but he overshot him, and it's incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on that.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on third.
And so many times we look at the opening drive of the third quarter as a tone setter, and many coaches do emphasize it, and that's a strong performance there defensively to force incompletion and, more importantly, force a quick punting situation.
Fair catch called for and made right at the 25-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Two and now on 1st down. Got a man, it's Berrios complete. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down. Off of play action, Tagovailoa. And he'll complete this one to Berrios. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. On the handoff, it's Achane. And he'll get this up to about the 40. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and about 7 left. Now Tua. That is caught. And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 38-yard line. Give him 22 there on the 3rd down conversion.
And as a quarterback, you always want to exploit gaps in the defense, and he finds one here. Crossing route, working from right to left across the field. And once you get defenders going in the wrong direction, it is awfully hard for them to pivot back, and you end up getting the 1st down.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 38. They'll give this to Achane. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. A 3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. And that will be incomplete. So 4th down, Tua departs, and on is Jason Sanders and the Dolphin field goal unit. And he missed it. It's no good. And that will keep the lead at 8.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
Now this Chiefs offense gets set to go again. No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Now Mahomes, and his throw here is incomplete. He did an okay job of absorbing the hit, just couldn't secure the football through the catch.
And he was right there on the spot and forced the incompletion. That's something defenders work on all the time. If you're there, make the contact, but continue to work your way through the receiver so that you can't possess the football and turn it into a catch.
5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation.
Nice call on defense, rolling out the nickel package for that big 3rd down play. And they did an excellent job locking down coverage and forcing him to try and run for it. And he doesn't get there, which brings up a big 4th down call.
Here's the Chiefs punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. Dolphins offense returning to the field. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
His man on the outside. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. A run now from HN. And he's going to have a 1st down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to KC. On 1st down, back to HN. And a lane slowly materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45. Now 2nd and 9. Looking to pass. Tua. Throw left side, taken in by Claypool. Here now, 3rd and a yard. They fake the handoff. Now Tua. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 36. Instead of a 3rd and 1 run, they go pass and they get 12 yards out of it. 5th catch of the game for him there. Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. Used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver. The throw over the middle, taken in. And he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line. It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive. Now HN on 1st and 10. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Devon Achane. A 10-yard touchdown run. And the Dolphins have come back to make it a 2-point game. Sometimes you get a 1st and goal and you're back near the 7, 8, 9-yard line and you start thinking,
Maybe we'll run it here on first down to get half of what we need, so maybe we can have 2 or 3 shots at going for it from closer range. So this is a bonus right here. What a great run to work his way into the end zone.
Goes right side. And he's got it. So they went ahead and went for 2 to tie the game, and it works out.
Sanders.
17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. Here's Mecole Hardman. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. Mecole Hardman. And he'll bring it back all the way. Touchdown, Chiefs. Bucker on for the PAT. And they will take a 7-point lead now. And what a job there by all 11 on the kick return. The blocking excellent, the return excellent. The result, 6 points. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff.
Braxton Berrios selected to bring it out. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. Devon Achane of the offense ready to go once again.
He's had a good performance, moved the ball effectively on the ground. Of course, he has the 1 touchdown.
And when you're able to move it as effectively as you've described, that leads to finding a way into the end zone, and now he's just trying to do it for a second time. And, of course, with that comes additional yardage.
Yeah, looking for additional yardage, and again, that second score here in the third quarter. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
Here's 2nd and 7.
Here's Tagovailoa to throw.
On the out route as Akama brings it in.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Second catch of this AFC title game, but he's got a first down. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Here's Achane.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
And the officials here going to pause the game for a second. Looks like there's an injured Chief on the field.
We'll step aside and get an update when we return to Arrowhead.
Here's a 2nd and 8.
Here's Tua.
They'll swing this out wide. Here's Achane.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down.
Now a run by Achane. And a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48. A gain of just 1. They work now on 2nd and 9.
Now whistles and a flag, and I believe the Dolphin got going a little early. Maybe anticipating a blitz, and they jumped.
Yeah, and if we saw it, you know that they saw it. The bad guys might have been coming on that play. Had to pick them up, and they jumped.
Right back to Achane on 2nd down.
1 yard is the loss. They back up even further to a 3rd and 15. 1 quarter remains for the right to go on to the Super Bowl. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. We're back now in KC. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Tua sets up to pass it.
Throw caught by Achane.
And to the 49-yard line, but no further, and obviously he is well short of the first. That'll bring up 4th down. They wind up getting 8 yards, but they needed more than that. The Dolphins will send out the punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Oh, this is off the side of his foot. And this one goes angling out of bounds, and it will be spotted inside the 30-yard line. Well, on that punt, we've got a man shaken up. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to KC. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And the pressure mounting with every passing minute. It's palpable right now. They're on top in the fourth quarter, clinging to that lead. A potential Super Bowl berth resting on their ability to manage the clock and manage that small lead.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, fourth quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say, don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching Atlanta, our apologies. It was Raekwon Davis with the tackle. This is 2nd and 8. To throw, it's Mahomes. Finding Gray on the out route. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 23 yards the pickup there.
And these guys show they're not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the fourth quarter.
Mahomes now on first down. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. It'll be a gain of 5, and that'll make it 2nd down. Now Mahomes. He's going to find his tight end Gray complete. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route.
And for the Chiefs, touchdown. Mecole Hardman. A touchdown on a kick return and now one through the air. And the Chiefs are closing in on a Super Bowl berth now as they extend their fourth quarter lead. And that's certainly going to bump up the old win probability index because now it's a 2-score game here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you're taking me into that deep water now. Win probability index. This game's definitely not over. We're not looking at a 0.5% or something. It's just 2 scores. But the way that this team has played, to me, what I've seen, they absolutely deserve to win this game. They've been the better team by far throughout.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and the lead now up to 14. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Miami's offense set and ready to go. And they are in need of points here, no doubt about that. With a Super Bowl berth on the line and trailing here in the fourth quarter, this possession gigantic. Setting to throw on first down is Tua. And the Chiefs are going to get him.
Holding offense.
So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
Going to the air, Tagovailoa. They'll get this one to Ezekama. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a first down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Good yardage on the completion there. And when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. This spot in the fourth quarter with that deficit and to throw the football. Unfortunately, there's the risk of big turnover.
And you know you're going to be throwing against nickel, dime, all sorts of exotic defenses, but you have to do it anyway. Ordinarily, you might want to run the football a little bit, try and get them out of it. But as you noted, this time of the game, this point on the clock, had to throw it.
The Chiefs ready to rock again on offense. And the pieces have fallen into place to this point. They've got a 2-score lead in the fourth quarter. A berth to the Super Bowl resting on their ability to see this one through to the end. Now a throw here to his running back. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Second down and a yard. Throwing now is Mahomes. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Gray. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A really nice gain of 25 yards. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is first and goal. Looking to throw is Mahomes. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down. Now here's Mahomes. A dump down to McKinnon. And he goes backwards on this one. Losing yardage to the 7. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up.
Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
Here's Mahomes, third and goal. This is caught. Touchdown! Sky Moore. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Chiefs continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. Well, they've been part of the cream of the crop in the AFC all season. It's becoming more and more evident that they're going to get a shot to play for that Super Bowl title.
The momentum has been building, and you mentioned how well they've played throughout the season. It's all come together for them, and they are really laser focused on being that team to represent in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, they have been dominant in this one. Extra point by Butker is on target. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
Barrios going to bring this out of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21.
And now it looks like he's in some discomfort after being tackled at the end of that return. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to Arrowhead. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And their dream of a Super Bowl berth so close 3 quarters ago, but obviously starting to slip away if it hasn't already. They need points here and in a hurry. And they're going to speed things up here. On first down, Tagovailoa. Open man completes it to Claypool. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Here's Tagovailoa on first and 10. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
Tua to throw again. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 20-yard line. Now Tua. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Tua going to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for them. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
This one thrown underneath to Achane.
And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches. That is caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. And quickly they get to the line. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Looking sideline, and he finds Ezekama. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be second and goal. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using...
Touchdown, Dolphins! Eric Ezukama, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Dolphins have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it's certain.
And now it appears that the referee's been buzzed, and we'll get a review. And this being inside 2 minutes of play, everything coming from up above. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead will be cut down to 14. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. Now they are really in the driver's seat here, enjoying this lead late in the fourth quarter. The defense does have all 3 timeouts, but at this point, doesn't look like it's going to matter much. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play. And they'll indeed take a knee. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. And the crowd on its feet, and understandably so. They are Super Bowl bound after taking that knee.
How about the ability to celebrate not just winning a championship, but to do it with your fans on your home field? What a great collaboration for them all year long.
And the kick is good. So you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time these two teams meet. But until then, this game's over. And with this win and an AFC championship, they have reached the most hallowed ground in all of sports.
That means they are the best in their conference. What an incredible feeling for this team to go through the entire season and come out on top and now go to the Super Bowl for the right to be called world champion.
And that does it for the conference championship. For Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And for our entire crew, we'll see you 2 weeks at the Super Bowl. This is the NFL on EA Sports.